Hello, this is a video to help you develop a really good vibrato on how to learn to do vibrato. It's very easy to develop a faulty vibrato or a not great vibrato that actually can make your playing sound worse. So it's worth taking the time and patience to learn how to do it well. Now, I can't tell you that it will take an hour or a day or a month or a year. It's up to you. So it's how much work you put in. Little and often is good, and always have a mirror that you can watch yourself play in. And when you watch yourself play, try and set up exactly like this so that you can see what your hand's doing. So first of all, if you can't see that what you're doing and see that it looks right, then it's probably not right. So my vibrato was developed with hours of watching in front of the mirror, or even in your reflection in a window. Anyway, this is how we're going to start. So we're going to make sure, first of all, that our setup is correct to be able to do this. If you can do a hands-free, then you're quite likely to be able to do vibrato, because if you're doing any of this, then obviously you're not going to be able to move to do it. If you're already shifting, and if I've already taught you how to shift, then that's a good thing. And first of all, we can start off by shifting up and down the violin, because it's that move that we're trying to make. We're trying to move the whole arm and the hand together as a unit, but without shifting. Okay, so a bit of practice like that is good to begin with. The other thing to do is to grab a pencil and to make sure that you can get your train through the tunnel. So you need to create a tunnel from your finger all the way around to your thumb. Actually, it's got to be like a big cave in there, and you should be able to see right the way through it. If you can't see through it, if you're doing this, which is fine for quick playing, but if you're doing that all the time and you're stuck, you can see that if I'm stuck like that, I can't vibrato. So you've got to be able to create your tunnel shape. So practice bringing the hand off and back on again so that you've got nice flexibility. But having that tunnel shape there is absolutely brilliant, and that's what we want. So if we take your first finger first, just practice sliding up to your third stripe and back again, up and down, up and down. You can do that with the bow for a bit of fun as well. It's good practice. So from on the A string, A1 to A3, B to D. Try and do 2 notes in a down bow, 2 notes in an up bow. Now we're going to do the same thing, but go to the second stripe, so to C sharp, B to C sharp. And then a bit quicker. Okay, now we've got to pretend, but only pretend, that you have your finger is super glued to the string. Okay, a lot of pretending goes on with vibrato. The other thing is to pretend that your wrist has been broken, but miraculously it doesn't hurt too much, and that you have a splint that runs all the way down from your elbow up to your big knuckles here, that holds your wrist still. So if you feel like strapping your arm up, you can have fun with something that you can, just like loosely tie an elastic band or something around and keep your arms straight. Because what we don't really want, the reason why we want to imagine that that's all strapped up straight, is that we don't want to see this going on. Because if that happens, then the vibrato is not going to sound great. Even if you think it sounds great, it's not going to be great. Yeah, we'll get there. Anyway, so our finger is stuck, and we want to set it free, and to set it free we're going to move our whole arm from our shoulder all the way, and our hand forwards and backwards to trying and get it free, but we can't get it free. It's stuck. Super glue stuck. Please don't really super glue your finger down, it's only pretend. Okay, so that's how I do it, and I keep going forwards and backwards like that. My thumb stays kind of still-ish but fairly relaxed, and my finger's fairly relaxed, and everything else isn't touching. Okay, so then with the bow, I take the bow when I've got my wobble going on, and I go, and I just do down bows to begin with. So do nice retakes, nice heavy right arm, and then when you've got that, try up bow, see if they work. Try and do a circle all the way around. Try not to hit the ceiling. And then when you think you've got that, see if you can keep the vibrato going and change bow direction. This is a bit like patting your head and rubbing your tummy at the same time. It takes a bit of coordination and practice. So get the vibrato going first, and then we can swap to our second finger and repeat the whole thing on the second finger, and then on the third. And then if you're really brave, you can try the 4, but to be honest, don't go crazy over the 4 just yet. I'd stick to 1, 2, 3, and then we can work on the 4 later. If you're still having major problems and you're like, I just can't do it, then go into banjo position, and your shoulder rest falls off. But go into banjo position and see if you can do a guitar style vibrato. And you can even try like this, because I mean, I don't know much about the guitar, but they kind of do a bit of a wobble like this. And that's a loose. Apologies to all guitarists watching. And I'm resonating on my cat brooch, so that's not cool. But and just try one finger, and then put the violin back up and see if you can do the same thing. I'm told it's harder this way round. And that's vibrato. Enjoy.